Alright, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to episode 32 of the podcast. Today we're going to talk about,
why he has a chair.
we're going to talk about teenagers and what they need to focus on and what you should really be concerned about.
Well, shit, man. I'm still a teenager, man. I'm
Just
19,
to,
bro.
Oh my god.
Just to clarify, we're only talking about individuals over the age of 18.
Yeah,
not
so
necessarily.
Oh wait, we're talking about. Never mind.
I would say
I'm
what?
playing, I'm playing. That was just a joke.
13 through 20?
Yeah.
13 through 20?
Yeah.
I mean,
13 through 19?
If you're old enough to understand what we're saying, then it's for you.
It's for you.
Absolutely, bro.
Alright, so let's.
Shit, I'll talk to some 2-year-old babies.
What?
I mean,
Hell nah.
I'll just tell them what's up.
Wish
like
I'd be
that.
so cute.
Alright, so basically, I made a video on this today. What I think teenagers should focus on is really having fun. Truthfully.
Truthfully.
I don't know about that one, bro.
Bro, what?
No,
I think
definitely.
that they really need to be focusing on that.
To teenagers, having fun is like smoking weed, underage drinking, unprotected sex. That's what's fun to teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Have fun.
have fun. Like you're only young once,
Dude,
bro.
you
like, you have the rest of your life
This
to
stuff
work.
will become old after a couple years, so
Literally.
you might as well just
Literally.
get it out while you're young. So then, when you're a little bit older,
fundamentally
you
do not agree with that. I think if you form those habits when you're young, they get really hard to break when you get.
Dude, I broke them. I already broke them.
I've broken every single one.
Literally.
All right, well,
in
yeah.
high school, I was getting down bad every weekend. Even the weekday, I would skip school and like.
Well, y'all
I'd
are
be
some animals.
slugging
Y'all are
six
some
packs
animals.
on weeknights.
Yeah,
Like, this
literally.
is not
All right,
okay.
y'all are just built different, I guess.
No, I think we're built the same as everybody else, almost, pretty much.
I mean, biologically, yes. I would
Yeah,
say so.
honestly, dude.
Same,
Dude,
we're all made from
you're-
stardust.
as long as you can do it responsibly, just have fun. Like that's what I like. I'm so glad like I didn't like give a fuck about grades. Not that I'm advocating. Not hey, hold on. Not that I'm advocating.
I don't know if I
Not
like where this
that-
podcast has been going.
Not that I'm advocating. Not that I'm advocating for saying fuck school. But what I'm advocating for is have a good moderation. Like.
Dude, I was just gonna say, knowing your limit, that is such a crucial skill to develop.
Mhm.
Whether it be knowing your limit on how much you drink so you don't feel like shit or black out, you know?
Mhm.
Knowing your limit on how much you smoke or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Mhm.
Knowing your limit when to, like, get on the grind and actually finish your schoolwork.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Knowing
just
your boundaries, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah, and I think the key point in that is that the limit is different for different people. So
Definitely.
what was someone else's limit, it might not even be close to your limit.
Yeah, it might
for
not,
You,
but
for you, maybe your limit might be you can't do anything at all.
Dude,
Right.
I was,
Because it's just that it has that much of an influence.
but
on you.
everyone,
such a good
everyone
point.
will be mindful of theirs at some point. You know, it takes learning to figure out where your limit
Yeah,
is.
it
Like
takes that experience.
It took me a few times of getting really teed up to understand I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
I
too
should have
much.
known my limit. And
Yeah.
then that, like, if a couple times after that, you're just like, okay, I know it.
I know
this
my
is
limit.
it. I'm not going past
I'm not
it.
gonna drink a whole 12-pack of Clauses next time.
Hell no.
That's a good point. People generally know when they cross the line.
No,
That's
yeah.
That's a good point.
Definitely.
When you're just sitting there and the world is spinning, like, what is
Dude.
happening to me?
Dude, here, let me show you this.
I hope
this-
you're not speaking from experience, Tiger. 19.
No, I'm definitely not speaking from experience.
Keep talking, because
I'm speaking from
that-
other things that people have
Yeah,
done.
you're speaking
Look
from my
at
experience.
this.
That's
Look at
this.
Because I am 21.
If you ever get like this, wait from the beginning. Dude's literally just throwing himself around. That's
Bruh.
that's what you were. That's literally exactly what you were just doing.
Did you ever see the? I'm sure you guys. Well, I know you've seen it. You've seen the video of Peter on the porch.
Oh, where at?
Here. From the.
Oh
ring-
yeah,
from
he
the
comes
ring
up.
cam.
He comes up. He comes up to the ring.
Oh
He's
my
literally walking
gosh.
up. He's literally walking up. He's like.
I showed my parents that and they were like, wow.
They're like,
Dude, like I locked everyone in the basement because I knew that they would raid my pantry at like 4 in.
Yeah.
Peter, he literally walks out of the basement, goes to the front door, and this man is just sloshed at 4 in.
One of them croutons.
Rings the ring. This is all on camera. Funniest shit ever.
Dude, I haven't been down bad like that in I don't even know how long. Like to the point of no control. But we all have those friends that actually I don't know about all of us, but we have that one friend that will
That is a habitual line.
Wild child.
We'll have some wounded soldiers and he'll take them down.
Respect though.
It's so funny.
Someone's got to carry those soldiers off the battlefield.
So funny. It's so funny. But honestly, what I was grateful I did when I was in high school is that I was able to know. Well, okay, so this is me because I knew that I didn't need good grades to get to where I wanted to be. So like, if you want to go to fucking Ohio State or Harvard or a really good school, then your limits are going to be way different than mine, obviously.
Right.
Because I knew I was going to an open enrollment school. So so I'm like, all right,
You and I both.
yeah. So I was like, all right, C+, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like literally I needed D's. So I knew what I needed to get, and you should know what you need to get, and get those and have fun. Like,
right. So with that in mind, you need to have a little end picture, right? So like, know where you want to go to school earlier, so then you can set those limitations.
And honestly, I would not really say there's a point of going to a prestigious school. Like, this is a hot take. Here's the thing. Prestigious schools, 60 grand a year. Owens Community College, like
$60 a year.
$60 a year. You get a diploma either way. You get a job either way.
It's the quality of the job, though.
Yeah, I mean,
when you get out into the real world, into the working world, who are you gonna pick, bro? You're gonna pick that you're gonna pick the dude from the more prestigious
so
school.
what if the guy that went to a prestigious school doesn't have the character that the guy that went to Owens has?
Well, here, let me interject here. The thing with prestigious schools, I think most people can agree that the education or the level of knowledge you gain in higher education is based more on who you are personally than where you go.
Yeah.
Because if you go to Harvard but you're super defiant and you decide you don't want to learn anything, you're going to learn way less than the person who really wants to learn but goes to Owens.
Yeah.
The reason people go to prestigious schools is because, and it really is this shallow, but employers see the name of the college. Like, almost all of the value within these prestigious schools is in the admissions process. Because you don't get into Harvard unless you're goddamn brilliant. You might not have good character, but
You're smart.
the fact that you're a brilliant person that you got in the first place, like, it doesn't mean you're gonna get. I mean, you can go to Harvard, graduate, and like not know jack shit.
You really can.
But you only get into Harvard if you're brilliant, and it's the name that means anything. As shallow as that is.
It's shallow, but it's reality.
It's the same way in high school. Your standardized test scores matter than your GPA. I mean, I don't like that it's like that, and that's shallow. Like, it's bad, but that's how it is.
Really, because someone
It's just the system.
Because someone can cheat on that exam
And bag like a 35 on the ACT.
It's a little flaw. It's
It's
a little flaw.
33.
Authorities, if you're watching, that was just a joke.
It's a little flaw.
But I would honestly what I would highly advocate is having an idea of what it is that you desire, like before senior year comes around, or like, and if you don't have an idea, you can take a gap year after you graduate. Like, no one's making you go right after. So my plan was all right, I'm gonna drop out and I'm gonna go hard on in my business, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just go back to college.
Yeah.
I feel like if everyone did that and they focus all of their energy, they channel all of their energy into focusing on how can they make something of themselves, whether it be drop shipping, stock market. You can start with $100 in the stock market and compound that into like 10 grand, that 10 grand. Like,
It'll take a lot of time.
it will, but like everything worthwhile takes time.
True. Very true.
Everything worthwhile takes time. So just have an idea, and if you don't have an idea, don't go to college without. I honestly think going to college without knowing what you want to do as your major is stupid.
Yeah.
Because you're going there, you're spending your money, and you're like, damn, do I even want to be here? Like,
yeah, since we're ripping on college, let me take a shot. I think it's like downright irresponsible that colleges. Well, so here's my fundamental problem with college is that because more people are going to college, more people are getting education. The value of college education is less because more people have it, right?
explain to me.
Super basic. So why has the college tuition increased at a rate way higher than inflation over the past like 50 years? It makes no sense. It's because these universities have become bloated. They have people there doing stuff they don't really need to be there.
Yeah.
Like and I don't know, like, people always demand free college, and it never made sense to me, because what you should be demanding for is college, or like college to not be so goddamn expensive. Like, it's not like your degree is not worth $200,000.
It's really
Absolutely
not. You
Like,
can
not even close.
You can teach yourself a majority of the stuff that is in those college classes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like before the 80s, you could get like a PhD for like 10 grand.
Dude,
Like-
you need a book to learn about
A
a
book.
subject. You don't need a professor. You can self-teach.
Literally,
Yeah.
all the books that they have you get in the class, just get the fucking book without paying the 50 grand.
Yeah, but and that's kind of where I was going with that too. Is I think you're exactly right. If you go to college without knowing what you want to do, like
You're basically
you're strapping yourself with this debt and there's no end goal. So like you're just in a position where all you're gonna feel is stress.
You're basically in an Uber driver without telling them where you want to go, expecting to get there.
and you're just racking up.
Great
You're just racking up the toll.
Great analogy,
racking up the
bro.
toll. You're like, hey, I don't know where I want to go, but you better fucking get me there.
Yeah,
And he's like, okay, senor. Dude,
Okay.
but it's And I mean, these kids that go to college, they're like 17 and 18.
Mhm.
Like
They have no idea what
They
they
don't.
wanna
They
do.
don't know any better. That's why it's like the colleges are almost predatory.
Because it's thrown down their throats.
Yeah, they're like,
you
you
better
gotta
go to
go to
college.
college.
Go to
Yeah.
college.
Yeah. It's almost
You're
like
going.
it's almost predatory how like the older generation kind of extracts money from the younger generation using the scam that is
Wow.
college debt.
And no one's woke to that. No one is woke to that. They're just like, okay, where are you going to college? It's not if you're going to college, where are you
Exactly,
going to college?
I'm not going to college, Grandpa Nichols.
You're not going to college.
Exactly.
You're not going. Are you serious? You're going to be poor? God, bro. I love this topic. I actually think the audience is really going to love this. Like,
Yeah,
this-
because it's something that everyone knows,
Yeah,
but they don't.
yeah.
They don't know why that they know. They don't know why they know it.
Yeah,
like
literally.
they like this was me before I actually learned like in depth about all this stuff. I was in college and I'm like, damn, this really feels like kind of a scam. Like something about this seems really off. And then I started looking into it, and I'm like, yeah, like the price of college is insanely bloated. It's almost more worth it to not go to college now than it is to go to college. Like the only reason you should go to college nowadays at all is if you're planning on going into a career field that actually
Like
needs a degree. Like nursing makes sense. Like
lawyer.
yeah, lawyer, doctor, like psychologist, like a mathematician, a physicist, like serious academic disciplines.
Mhm,
If you're going to school for like lesbian dance studies, no offense to lesbian dance studies
You can
majors,
learn that shit on YouTube.
but I mean, the only job you're gonna get doing that is teaching that in the university after you graduate.
kinda
And there's
crazy.
only like 3 of those jobs in every university.
It's crazy.
So you're
It's fucking
preparing
wild.
yourself to go into a job market that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so let me give you just a few of the jobs that you don't need a college degree for. Entrepreneur. So that pretty much means you make money for yourself. You know, no matter how it be, you start a landscaping business, stocks, what I do, whatever, social media, or you can go to trade school. Trade school literally pays you to go to that school.
Mhm.
So like plumber, electrician, welder, all these things like 70 grand a year, and they pay you $40 an hour right out the gate.
Dude, yeah, one of my boys from Bowling Green, he's he's like 22 right now, I think, and he already has his own house.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
he literally does like some type of construction job. Like he makes great money a year. Like he has a nice car, he has his own house, and the man's like 22.
That's
And
great.
what's his profession?
I'm not sure exactly what he does.
He's in a
but
trade? He's
It's
in a trade?
something with construction. Like
Dude, construction, another thing. But I mean, that's gonna be hard. But like, you don't have to go into debt.
I mean, he's literally making money while
It's the lifestyle. Like, do you want to live that or no? Like,
We need those people.
I
We do
know.
need those people.
Dude, I think
everyone wants to
like
live like that.
more often than not, that is like it's a way better decision than going to college. Because think about it, if you really want to get into a job that requires a degree, you could go to trade school when you get right out of high school, and you could be making like 6 figures by the time you're like 24, 25. You can stack that bread for a couple years.
Invest that bread.
Really develop a strong savings, like really start your life on the wrong foot. Who knows, maybe even get married or whatever if that's what you want to do. And then when you're in a better position, you can slowly go back to college and earn that degree
Yeah.
in a cost-efficient way where you can then transition into that profession after you've done that.
That's
So,
smart.
Yeah.
and that's just off the top of my head. Like,
So here's what I would do if I was not on the path I was in. I would, if if college wasn't shoved down my throat, I would have graduated from high school. I would have gotten into real estate wholesale, which is literally you find a distressed property, you get it under contract, you write the contract yourself. You say, owner of this house is signing this house off for 70 grand.
Yeah.
You don't have to front any money because you have it under what's the fucking term? There's some term that makes it so you don't have to give them money. You find a real estate investor to buy that property, and then you just write it off the contract. You make the extra. So you're like the middleman of this house. And then what I would do is I would put $500 every 2 months into a Roth IRA, which if you do that for 6 years, it'll appreciate into like 500 grand.
Yeah, it accumulates.
Yeah, and insane. Collaterals. So, that's just one of the avenues. So, and then stocks too. But a Roth IRA, if you put $500 in it every 2 months, honestly, I would make that a priority if you're not sure what you want to do, because if you do that every 2 months, you're guaranteed a millionaire when you're 50.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, you have $1 million tax free. Roth IRA, like keep that. Like the government has to limit how much you put in it because it's so overpowered.
Yeah, well, it is taxed when you pull it out, right?
No tax.
Okay.
401k is if you pull the money out before you retire.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 65.
Yeah.
You can't pull your money out of your 401k before you're 65 without that money being taxed.
But with the Roth IRA, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that's exactly what I would do step by step if I was unsure about what I want to do, and if I put a year of work into real estate wholesale and didn't make one sale, there's something you're doing wrong. You're not putting in enough effort, or you're not putting in enough time. Because
whether that be investing in yourself,
knowledge-wise,
that's what a lot of this comes down to.
Discipline, pretty much.
Is knowledge and discipline. Like, how are you pushing yourself to know more?
You have to always be striving for more knowledge.
Yeah, I think for me, what it really comes down to is like knowing what you want to do is such a powerful position to be in. If you don't know what you want to do, then you're almost powerless.
Literally.
I mean, you have the things you can do immediately, but if you don't know what you want to do, you're kind of powerless. But if you know what you want to do, you have power, you have leverage, like
you have drive because
exactly.
We're getting to that goal.
You can experience positive emotions because you can go towards the goal. If you have no goals, how are you gonna? You can't pursue anything. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You have to have some sort of vision.
You know, I think it's kind of this is why I think people don't have a vision all the time. It's because the fucking teachers and parents always say, "Oh, it's okay to not know what you want to do." It's so heavily accepted in our school, the school system at large in the United States.
Just go to college.
No, it's
figure
okay.
It out.
Yeah, you'll figure it out in time. Fucking get your shit together. Know what you want to do.
Literally.
All it takes is a little bit of research and something to like spark in your brain. Oh, I want to do that. Like, I want to go climb Mount Everest. I want to go like out east, out west. I want to get away from where I'm at.
Yeah,
like,
and to even add on top of that, notice how the generation that tells our generation that is the generation that profits the most when kids go to college and pay out the ass for things they don't want to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's honestly, I just don't get in the Uber driver without telling them where you want to go. Put pressure on yourself to figure out what you want to do.
I mean, why would you do that? Why would you ever get in a taxi if you don't know where you want to go?
Exactly.
Fight the system.
Fight the system. Just put pressure on yourself. It may be uncomfortable, and you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do, and people are gonna be like, it's okay. No one knows what they want to do. Figure that shit out.
Yeah, I mean, it could pay.
Figure that shit out.
Be comfortable with the uncomfort.
Yeah, with pressure on yourself.
Yes.
Pressure on yourself will ultimately...
Pressure is uncomforting.
Yeah, pressure creates diamonds, though.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. All right, I feel like that's a great time to cash it. I think you guys got a lot of fucking value from that. I'm definitely gonna post a clip of that onto my TikTok, like a clip of it. I feel like that'll be fire. So
oh yeah.
I hope you guys learned a lot from that, benefit a lot from that. Leave a fucking like.
Yeah.
I never say anything about that, so leave one if you like. And as always,
Stay woke.
Stay woke.